Welcome to Trending Upward, a podcast that is dedicated to helping you grow deeper in your walk with the Lord. In each episode, we share clear and concise Bible truths that are designed to encourage, challenge, and strengthen you in your walk with the Lord. Whether you're just beginning your Christian journey or have been walking with Christ for years, Trending Upward is here to help you keep moving forward and steadily ascending in your relationship with Christ. We will be on part 18 of our series on the prayers of God's people, and today we're going to be looking at Peter and Peter's prayer in weakness. In Matthew chapter 14, verses 28 through 30, we read, "And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. So Peter, in a step of faith, stepped out of the boat and onto the water. See, Peter knew if this is Jesus, if this was truly Jesus, then he could walk on water too. See, Peter knew that Jesus possessed all power in heaven and earth, and Jesus said, Come. Peter began to walk, but as the story goes, Peter quit looking at the one who said, Come. When he did, he saw the wind boisterous, and he became afraid. So we see faith enough to step out of the boat, and then we see doubt. We also see Peter begin to sink. Now, when you ask someone why Peter began to sink, they will often say doubt. And that is true, but it's only partly true. There is a truth that goes much deeper than just simply doubt. Jesus allowed Peter to walk as a result of faith. But then Jesus allowed Peter to begin to sink as a result of Peter's doubt, so that Peter's focus would shift from the wind boisterous back to Jesus. As Peter is sinking, we read of Peter's short prayer, and it's this: Lord, save me. Sometimes we think that we have to fill God in on every detail. If that was the case, Peter's prayer would have sounded something like this: Lord, I called unto you, and you answered, and you said, Come. So I did, and I saw the waves, and I became afraid, and then I started to sink. This long, elaborate story, but that was not the case. See, God already knew all that. God was there. He was a witness to it all. God knew it all. God knew in Peter's heart what he was wanting to be saved from. And God answered a simple prayer of deliverance when God saved Peter from going under. It's important to note today that God hears even the most simplest of cries for help when it comes from faith. I ask you, what area have you taken a leap of faith in? And in that area, what you are seeing is causing you to doubt. And as a result of doubting, you feel like you are sinking. See, God will allow you to sink. Even after moments of taking leaps of great faith, God will allow you to sink when you start doubting, so that your response will be to focus on Him. And that was Peter. Sometimes we take great leaps of faith to then look at all of the uncertainties. As a result, we begin to sink into despair. We'll ask questions like, what have I done? What was I thinking? Or should I have done this? Should I have taken an easier route, maybe a more comfortable route, maybe a route that I could plan, that I could coordinate, that I could make happen? If this is you today, cry out to God with a simple prayer of deliverance, and He will deliver you. Thanks for tuning in to Trending Upward. If today's episode encouraged you, be sure to share it with someone who could use that same truth. I invite you to keep seeking, keep growing, and keep your eyes fixed on the Lord. So until next time, stay grounded in His Word and keep trending upward.